Hey everyone, this is Patsy, and what I'm here to do today is part two of what's the lesson? Guess the lesson, right? Last week I did it live, but it was very draining. It was very drawn out between the channel messages that I had gotten before the video started and the messages that were coming through in regard to the question, plus the energies of people who were asking questions while I was doing the reading. It was fun, but I started to get drained and I started to get a little testy. So, first of all, I want to apologize for the testiness. And second of all, I said, let me try just doing it with the question, pre record it, and just upload it. And that way, you'll still see you'll still get the message, and perhaps it won't be so draining for me, right? I'm trying to navigate these energies. So, um, the second question for this week's What's the Lesson? Guess the lesson is my twin is low key trying to make me jealous. I've read that narcissists triangulate. I'm not sure what that is, but from what I understand, I'm thinking that it might be the same thing. What I've been observing. Okay. They say that we shouldn't accuse our partners of being a narc, but if he's not a narcissist, what's the lesson? Okay, so yes, there are many readers, people who have been on the twin flame journey or on part of it or trying to be encouraging that tell us not to pigeonhole, not to overthink the situation, not to, um, classify. You're not a psychiatrist unless you are, or a psychologist unless you are. We may not be really qualified to give any psychological, none of us are, if we're not certified in this. So, yes, we shouldn't be doing that. And also understand that part of the twin flame journey is us finding things in the other person that mirror something back to us, that they either trigger something or it's a quality of ours that we have been uh, not paying attention to. Whatever the reason is, whatever the lesson is that the universe has for you, it may look like narcissism, and perhaps that's what it's meant to look like, and perhaps that's something that will not be part, you're hoping, will not be part of the permanent, dynamics of this relationship if it even continues, right? Okay, so some people, a lot of people are experiencing that right now. I think this is a batch of a little more difficulty than, a lot of others. People who have already gotten to union have gone through things quite similar, but I think that there's a reason that some of us have been awarded this extra stubborn, this extra stubborn energy, because perhaps we're talking about our extra stubborn energy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Just said that. So maybe you need to let go, and they'll let go too, right? Isn't that what Lauren Hill said, right? You let go, and I'll let go too. So that's, even though it's not being done out of malice, it's being done because of a reluctance to let go, because of a love that you feel really deeply, and you're afraid. You're afraid. It's fear. It's fear. All of it is fear. It's fear on your part. Your partner is exhibiting fear also, which is bringing up more fear for you. So perhaps it is part of the lesson. So could the lesson be that you don't need to be in a situation where you feel fearful? Was all of this a preparation for your true twin flame who's somewhere going through something similar? Some similar lesson? Someone you may not be expecting. It's possible, isn't it? Man makes plans and God laughs, right? That's the word. Could be, right? Some of you have always thought that you were a puppet, you know, for whatever it is that the Creator had, you know, a yearning for, whatever entertainment. Those of you out there who have felt like you were just God's entertainment, that your life has been entertainment for someone, and if not God, for someone else. Someone in the 3D maybe has made you feel as if your life has been put on hold for their entertainment. Mm. So is that narcissism? What is triangulation? I don't know. What I understand is when the narcissist goes out of their way to create blockages between people who, if they were to compare stories, would realize that the narcissist is the problem, not each other. Right? So they keep the people that they're trying to control at bay in a constant state of confusion and anger. Some of them, they make themselves out to be the victim of both parties or both sides of the equation. That's just my understanding, just based on what I've been able to gather and from experience. I have been around. I have attracted a lot of narcissists in my life, and I've seen different degrees of it. I've seen other types of antisocial behavior in family members and friends around me. I'm sure I display some of them myself. Some of those behaviors. You can't constantly be exposed to them without, letting some of it rubs off. It becomes part of your arsenal. You know that is there, right? And that might be part of the lessons of the spiritual journey that I've been on, that some of you have been on, to show us that the experiences of being around a narcissist or raised by a narcissist or coming from a dysfunctional narcissistic family, maybe for times just like these, so that you remember who you're dealing with and not to be fearful because you survived it once before, right? And you know how to adjust yourself to survive. So, what is the best revenge on a narcissist? Anybody who is downplaying your life, your right to your own life, right? Your right to enjoy life. As long as you're over the age of, 18. We're not talking about dealing with your parents in that sense. Talking about grown ass adults, okay? And grown ass people all around. Family members, everyone, adults, not children, okay? Children who are adults, perhaps. But comes a time when you have to look and see what are the motives behind these behaviors of my loved ones. Are they for my betterment? Okay. Is it simultaneously for their betterment? So they're getting something out of it, and so are you. It's like a win-win for everybody. True. Now that's good, right? That's how it should be, right? Everyone is rooting for the other one to get the most that they can for the betterment of the collective, right? The family. So you wish one another well, right? And you know where the competition is, and it's not between you and your family. It's between yourself and your own negative energies. Because nobody's going to do anything to you that you don't allow them to do. Be it your twin, be it your lover, be it your co-worker, boss, whomever. But this is about the lesson for the twin flame journey, right? Okay. So, twin is asking, what is the purpose of this part of the journey? The question that they posed was exactly, okay. Someone trying to make you jealous, and is this triangulation? I would guess it would be a form of triangulation. They could be purposely creating scenarios that make you insecure, but are meant to make. Let's say that these scenarios are meant to make you insecure, and that is not a loving way to be, right? Because they're either seriously, certainly making you carrying on a relationship, a romantic relationship. Doesn't have to be sexual, but it could be outside of your connection. And they're not trying to hide it, but they're hiding it at the same time. So they're making you aware of a possible threat, but not enough for you to really go on. And it's going to continue to flare up. Yeah. This is a tool. It may or may not be true, and that's part of the trick also. That's part of this behavior, this need for someone to show that they really want them. It's the ego thing. It's the ego. It's the ego thing. For this person, is that narcissism? I don't know. It's some kind of ism. It's an ism of some sort. Oh my, yeah. Because this person is either going to fabricate a situation that's going to make you feel uneasy or insecure. They may go as far as to actually have a relationship like that, you know, that is from someone who is someone who, that's an innocent platonic relationship. Okay. They may have an innocent platonic relationship, and but they mention it enough to make you feel insecure. And then they pull back when you speak about it, when you've had enough and you're like, all right, enough about this person. Then they retreat, maybe, some of them. But that's part of the game too, because then they want to see how you react. You're going to come back and apologize to them for overreacting for something, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sounds like some of the stuff that I've come across. For those of you who that resonates with, okay? That might be something you might consider. That is who you're dealing with. Now, there seems to be a consensus that there is no cure for narcissism unless the person wants to fix it themselves. And the first step towards fixing it is recognizing it and what it is. That takes a lot, because they may even be able to recognize it in someone else, but haven't yet recognized it in themselves for some of you. For some reason, sometimes people do attract themselves to one another, and they both are narcissists. And at different times of the relationship, they, go back and forth between being a narcissist and being a covert narcissist. And the covert narcissist is the one that plays the victim, and the overt narcissist is the one that is obvious. The covert one seems to be a little more dangerous, because they feed off of empathy and sympathy, from what I understand, from what I've read, So I'm just sharing my impressions of the information that I've come across over time. And they identify themselves to you. That's my experience. That all of them, have used the term narcissist or narcissism in some conversation early on in the relationship. Others of you where it's not narcissism, but something similar. Again, there was a signal, because they have to feel you out, And they're intuitive too, because remember, they mirror you, so you're a divine feminine. They are divine masculine. This is just this is their gift. Their gift is to get you. Their gift is to give the universe another elevated level of you. Let's look at it like that. So the more they exhibit these behaviors, the more you overcome it, release it, remove yourself from it, whatever it is that you do to bring balance to yourself, to bring balance to yourself in your heart space, they're doing their job. They're doing their job. Right now, that's their assignment. Who knows what their assignment will be next week? But this is what's been going on. All right, this time, for those of you who this is resonating for. Okay, so don't take this on yourself as All this is just another way Spirit is kicking, kicking you up, leveling you up. And this situation with this particular person is the only reason that they're there. That's what Spirit said. This is the only reason they're there. They're in your life to bring you to the place that they need you, that the universe needs you to be. They're in your life to test your, not your patience, because they got that, you got that, but your faith. Faith. All right. Let's see. Gonna let's see. Let's see what we can get from the regular tarot. Right? What's going on here? So, what is this situation for those who are asking, what is this about? What's the lesson? What's the lesson here? What are we fixing? What are we addressing? What are we bringing to our conscious awareness about ourselves? What is the lesson? That's the lesson. Thank you, Spirit. That's the question. What is, okay. Oh. Empress. Who you are. Fertile, loving, nurturing, capable, enlightened. But this came like this in the reverse. What's this reverse? Excuse my nails. That was the other thing I wanted to say. And thank everybody so much for checking out the videos and liking and sharing. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. So anyway, and the nails, please excuse me. I need to go get them done. The Empress was in the reverse. So you haven't been your best self. You have allowed this situation to cause you not to appear in your best. You've allowed this to wear you down. May have humbled you some. May have humbled you some. May have affected the way you communicate negatively. And we have the Six of Coins. So this is about fairness, equality, giving to those who need. This fell out also. So for some of you, I'm hearing and feeling that maybe this situation has caused you to lose some of your what is this word? Like your charity. You aren't feeling charitable these days. Okay, you're not giving a lot of yourself. Okay, this has made you pull back. You've pulled back from this situation, not only from this person, but it seems that you pulled back from others who may need you. The situation is causing you to hold back from sharing with those who need you. Okay. All right. So, mm. And so we have the Ten of Swords. Now this is the after tarot. So this is the Ten of Swords. Having nothing left to give. It's finished. Moving away from this pain. Taking holding on to the truth. Learning a lesson. Being supported in that. And we have the Eight of Coins. Still working on things, still looking at what you have already accomplished, what you have put your time into. This also talks about having some outside influences that are causing you to put in more work than perhaps you should. See the back of him on his shoulders, like two little stick figures back there. Someone, some people, some situations. So maybe you're trying to get your finances back in order after some type of setback. You're standing up against a situation that hurt you, but you're still remaining focused on what you have already accomplished. And the Eight of Wands. So there may have been some communications that were sent but not responded to, perhaps, or some actions that fell short, good intentions that weren't picked up on, perhaps, failure to receive messages, but there is another attempt to make contact. Could have something to do with someone who is a Sagittarius or a fire sign. Definitely an earth sign is involved here somewhere. Could be air. Mostly earth. Now, all of these three cards came in the reverse, right? So that would be still haven't released this situation. You've not released the situation, but you're also not working at it. You're aware of the attempts that have been made, or yes, you're aware of that attempts may have been made to reach out to you, but you're not Focused on it. I don't think that this is saying that you've blocked anyone. I just think that you are just not reaching out. You're still holding on to something, some hurt. You're still holding on to a hurt. But you are not trying to work on this because you feel depleted. You feel that things are not being done, were not done in a fair manner. All these cards are in the reverse. You have two eights, both of them in the reverse. 8 of Wands and 8 of Coins. And you got the 10, the 5, and the 3. Empress is 3. No, that's 6. Yeah, but 10 and 6 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. And 3 is 10 is 1. Yeah. I feel like this has been going on too long. And you're not feeling up to it anymore. Okay, let's see what we get from the Mystic Moon Oracles. And this is by Mystic Moon. She's a YouTube creator. I was going to say her, oh my goodness, here we go. I was going to say her name. I meant to write it down earlier because I made note of it and now it's not in my head. Mystic Moon Oracles, straight out the gate, our favorite. Patience. Unawakened. Divine Masculine. Two more, Spirit, thank you. Two more. Two more. Maybe this will tell us what this lesson is, or at least give us some understanding. Some level of understanding. Thank you for 2. Thank you. Oof. All right. And we have, oh, okay, shadow work and contemplation. So your divine masculine is working on himself. He's doing his work behind the scenes. He is still going through the awakening period. He has just started. So you have to recognize that you need more patience. There's work that needs to be done. And he's been doing a lot of thinking, and this is very helpful. Just the bottom of this deck was fear. And I'm hearing that he's doing this work now out of fear. Oof. And the bottom of the deck, when we were asking what the problem is, Ace of Wands. So some change is coming, a new start, change in patterns, change in behaviors. Someone has been looking back on their past behaviors and wants to make a change, wants to come forth with a new way of doing things. So that's what's happening. Excuse me. Mm. So that's what's going on. That's the lesson. So the lesson again for you is what is our favorite word? Patience. Because he's in fear. He's fearing this change. Fearing this change. You could be fearing it also. And maybe that's why you are growing impatient and not presenting as your best self. Because what are you going to do when this new beginning comes to you? Are you ready? And not just are there rooms in the drawers? Okay. Not just do you have extra toothbrushes? Oh my, thank you. But are you ready? Have you thought about what this union would be asking of you? If the universe gives you what you've been asking for, what are you being asked to do with this opportunity? If it wasn't good for you, they wouldn't give it to you, right? And everybody said, right. Okay. Stop it. Okay. All right. But, whatever it is, even if it's whatever it is, there's a reason for it, right? We know that. Whatever it is, whichever way you choose, there will be a reason for it. There will be a lesson. Oh, wow. Look what was under the Ace of Wands here. Ooh. The 8, another 8. Someone walking away and someone else looking out. What was that? What's left? What is there? What is left for me to take for myself? Is there anything here left for myself? Have I been that depleted that there's nothing here for me? That someone got away with all my stuff? Someone who's a Cancer or Pisces? Someone who never wanted to share their secrets. Oof. Someone really got hurt. There might have been blood spilled in this connection. And there's gold inside of that blood, so maybe there was some money involved. Some emotional loss. Fire sign. I'm sorry, a water sign. May have sacrificed their blood and their fortune. And someone Walked away. While you were being patient. Mm. Mm. There was change. Change to plans. Change to opportunities. And someone decided that they would go alone. There's a change of plans. Because of fear. Next card underneath was the Four of Swords. That falls on top of Unawakened. And Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So someone has been doing a lot of meditating about the unfairness. They would like to ask for forgiveness. I'm being told for some of you they don't even remember how much you helped them. They honestly don't remember. They are in a fog. They're unawakened. They are still in a fog. They know you've been there, but they can't. It's like they were walking in a coma. Okay, the next card is the Moon. Here we go again. So this is a Cancer, Pisces energy. They're afraid of something, some secret that is coming, that may be coming out. Something that may be coming towards them is making them fearful. Some secret. And they feel like they're going to be attacked on all sides. That falls on top of this Ten of Swords in reverse and this Divine Masculine. So that's what they're still holding on to, this fear. This fear. They're fearful because they're unawakened. They're fearful because if they haven't been working on the shadow work. That's why this is in the reverse. This Eight of Coins is not doing the shadow work. If they had done the shadow work, they would not feel afraid. Judgment. Yeah. They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of what doing the shadow work will release, what it will bring up for them. All the things that they had buried, all the things they thought they had overcome, things that they didn't even remember, childhood injuries, past life memories, ancestral karma. They're afraid of doing. Some of them are, they know their families. They're like, what the fuck? I am not. Yeah, they're not trying to do that because they're afraid of the things that they've heard about the things that their families have done, their family members have done. And they're fearing what the process will be to take them back through that, to redeem that. That's part of the reluctance to make the change. Okay. And that's because that Queen of Swords here in the reverse, they've been thinking about some bad information. They have gotten they've gotten the wrong messages. Someone has been lying to them and giving them the false information about the spiritual journey. That's what they're contemplating. Like, how could I? They've got mixed messages over their lifetimes, and now they're confused. Now they're confused, and so they are still stuck on thinking about it. Some of them, they have been dealing with their own belief systems that don't allow for this, or who have said, yes, this work is scary, and it's more scary than they're making it. It's like they're looking for fire and brimstone, or that's what they've been expecting because that's the way they were raised, or that is the way that they have processed spirituality. Who knows what they saw or what they were told. Mm. I'm drawn to abandoned. And I'm thinking this again has to do with the way they were raised. Someone didn't take the time to work with them about their spirituality. Someone dropped the ball on that part. So they were kind of left to figure things out for themselves. And they picked up a lot of misfirings, missed signals, things that were in opposition to what they believed and what they expected. Religion, spirituality has not been good to them. Okay, okay, okay. So for some of you, your partner has been aware of their gifts, aware of the call, but because of their understanding and what they've seen, they're reluctant to involve themselves. Like, okay, just like some of us, some of you have turned away from your original belief system, or taken another look at it. And it wasn't easy. For some of you, it was. This is saying here to me right now that it's the same kind of situation, the same kind of defense system or confusion for them. And they're not sure how to go. This is so they've seen a side of this spiritual journey that has made them reluctant to participate in any spiritual enlightenment. or at least not this, because what they saw of this before, what they believed that they saw, frightened them or turned them off. Or for some of them, they believe that spirituality got them in the situation that they found themselves in that they can't get out of in the first place. Some feel that they have already tampered enough, that they have already gone into the dark side of spirituality. And they feel that that has gotten them to where they are today, and they don't like where it got them in the long run, for some of them. So that's why they're hesitant, because they want to know what's this going to cost them. See, look here. Victim and the bottom, yeah. Six of Cups, yeah. Something that they did before, all right, that now they feel, now that they feel has backfired on them. Something they did a long time ago that has to do with spirituality. And now they feel that they screwed themselves once, and they are not trying to have anything to do with anything at all that looks like spirituality, because of their definition of the way spirituality was defined to them. See, again, this is about speaking a different love language also. That for some of you, okay, just even the terminology, you all have different definitions of spirituality. You have different definitions of commitment. You have different definitions of marriage. You have different definitions of a man's role and a woman's role in a relationship. And because there has been no conversation, then there is miscommunications and misunderstandings and excuse me, unjustified fears on both your parts. That's the lesson. Again, about communication is key. Face-to-face, eye-to-eye communication. If you can't do face-to-face, you can definitely do eye-to-eye. There's too many ways that you can contact your partner over, Skype or Messenger or something that allows you, does a lot, to have a face-to-face, full-on conversation with your beloved, right? It can be done. No reason that it can't be. If you want to solve this. Now, if you're just blowing smoke up now, somebody's just blowing smoke up your butt, you won't hear from them. Or some of them, you'll hear from them anyway, because it's part of the act. So what we're going to do is we're going to pray for discernment, right? We're going to pray that the Spirit send whenever this person, if they come, when they come, that you be able to discern what is true and what is not true. No one compares to you. This is the message from your person. No one would have had this patience with them before. As much as they don't deserve it, because they know what they've done. They know how they've treated you. They know that they've left you in a confused state of affairs. They know that they haven't been honest. Okay. The wind, this did something here. Okay. And you are an angel. You inspire me, but I don't know if I can meet your expectations. Okay. Oof. Lying was just as easy. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Hmm. Okay, so no one compares to you. You are an angel. You inspire me. I don't know if I can meet your expectations. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Okay, so they're admitting that they've lied. Okay, that they didn't know how to explain it to you. They didn't have the words to explain the fear and the shadow work. They don't want you to judge them either about what it is that they did in the past. They feel you may judge them. But the lessons that you have taught them have inspired them to take a look at their beliefs. So it did. They know that they haven't been fair and that you have been sent. You're God sent. You are an angel. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Did we get one of these yet? So these are all Mystic Moon shadows. Okay. So what are they really feeling? Because this is what they're saying. But what are they really dealing with? What's really going on? What is it they don't want you to know? Okay, let's do that. If we can get that. Ooh. Escapist. Some of them have done some experimenting with different kinds of drugs, different type of lifestyles to escape their shadow sides over time. That's what I'm getting. They've taken some chances. They've taken some chances, have gotten some thrills. They've yeah. They want to walk away from this. They want to escape this. They want to turn their back on this connection. They escaped this type of relationship again, running from anything that is connected to spirituality or religion. They feel that they have dodged a bullet already. They have seen enough, and so they want to walk away from this. As much as you inspire me, as much as they believe that you are sent to them by God, they can't. They feel that they can't even control the fear, the thoughts in their heads, the things that they can't speak about. Something that has plagued them and is plaguing them. something that has caused them not to, something that they don't even, something that they can't even admit to themselves. Some pain, something that was painful and shameful. And they felt ashamed. They felt ashamed. Something that they have been, a pain that they've been wearing in silence. And so they escape from it. That's what happens when they get triggered. They go into escape and denial and silence because of the pain. They don't want to go back to remember when they were made a victim. And they rather not talk about it, and they never talked about it, and it was easier to lie about it than to admit to it or talk about it. It's something that they will take to their grave. They have intended to take to their grave, and now it's being dug up through this connection. One more card, please. Alrighty. Ooh. Being self-indulgent, they are protecting themselves. I think it's saying that this situation makes them feel unstable and vengeful. Whatever the situation is. Have a way that they have found to heal, or what they think is healing. Some passive-aggressive attitudes, behaviors. That's one of the tools. Being vengeful. Emotionally unstable. Allowing the past to overrun those emotions, that instability from the past. And so they run away from it, and they indulge themselves in things that dull the pain. And they behave in antisocial behaviors, self-protective behaviors. Wow. And then they feel foolish because it affects the way that they love, and it affects the people that they love. It tarnishes the memories of people that they love. And so they turn to drugs, and they turn to sex. And some of them, they even, write about it. They try to, at least. They try to write about it, Some of them have been looking at old pictures, old letters, old things they have going back in their mind over and over. They feel like they allowed themselves to internalize this hurt and use it against themselves and cause them to not act in their own best interest. Like what they thought was acting in their own best interest turns out to be hurtful to their own purposes. That they have been indulging in trying to control certain behaviors, but they've been doing it alone. They haven't gotten any help. That's that abandoned thing. There's no one that they can talk to, that they can express. So they've been doing a lot of soul searching, contemplating, right, quietly, not interacting with a lot of people, keeping things to themselves. They're reluctant to talk about this because it just brings up some really bad feelings, instability, scary hurt inside of them that they don't want to talk about. And they're afraid that this is going to make them look stupid, that you may be feeling that they're foolish for feeling like this, but they can't face it. They can't face it. They don't want to talk about it. They will do anything to avoid this situation, and to avoid this conversation, to avoid looking at these fears and feelings. Maybe for some of them, the religion or spirituality or whatever they feel their definition of spirituality is, whatever context may have had something to do with, they may be related somehow to one another. From the Mystic Moon Signs from Spirit Love Oracle, this is part of the cosmic plan. This situation if you get chills during this reading, whenever you see it, then that is part of the confirmation that this message pertains to you or the person that you're here to learn more about yourself. We have orange. So this is fiery energy. You can see a cat there in the shadow, so it could be a Leo. That you're enthusiastic about. Someone you have warm feelings about. Orange is one of the colors of Oshun. Oshun is the Orisha that works with honey and what is this, the sacral chakra? Whatever the orange one is. So this is about sexuality, warmth, passion. Let's see what else they're saying so I can figure this one out. Any more messages here? What is it? What is the lesson? What is the approach? What is the remedy? Thank you. Enchanted red rose. I'm just getting that this is magic. That they are going to feel it. Like this, there is going to be something that like kind of creeps up on them and gives them this enthusiasm that changes the way that they're feeling. And this is part of the cosmic plan. And if you get chills when I'm doing this, then that's your confirmation that this message is yours. Like this is something else, something stepping in and changing the way that they're looking. Like they suddenly decide that this is magic and they're starting to get excited at the thought of this connection. What? All right, one more, one last. Well, thank you. Ooh, ivy and clinging. This is something that has been growing, and they want to hold on to this. Bottom of the deck, prosperity, health, and abundance. Green. Some abundance kicked in, and all of a sudden, they started to feel like they wanted to hold on to this enchantment, this enchantress. Or maybe somebody hit the lottery. And that's this excitement and enthusiasm. Something new. They feel like their life, the fairy tale has, begun. Or this is their happily ever after. This is a hope that they have been clinging to. So for some of you, your partner, could be you, for some of you, you or your partner, the cosmic plan has the next sound you hear will be the universe gifting or clearing some health situation, creating some type of abundance, some prosperity for you or your partner. And then that's when the real games start. Ivy grows, right? And it clings. But, and it's legacy. It's education, right? So maybe this is saying that there's some lessons that will stay with you. Something will stay. And grow. Some prosperity is coming. It's like this is the fairy tale, like the slipper, finally fit, like the rose, the rose turned from red to black or black to red, right? Some enchanted evening I'm hearing. But there's going to be a change that is going to give one of you or both of you the confirmation that this situation is part of the cosmic plan for you both, and you're going to understand what real magic is and just how important it is to do the work. They said how important it is to do the work. For some of you, they just want a little bit of work. They want you to just start it. Because you're holding up progress, they said. You're holding up progress. Ooh. All right, let's see what we get from numerology. Maybe that'll help us zero in further on what this is. What is the advice? What is the lesson? Ooh, 11, individuality. So 11 is an indicator of a twin flame connection. But at the same time, 11 reduces to 1. So it's about 2, but it's also about you, the individual. And we have that orange going on again. So orange was excitement, enthusiasm, and warmth. This is like, don't let this situation change who you are inside. Be yourself. Just remain yourself. Okay? Pay attention to your confirmations and your synchronizations. All right? Stay passionate and enthusiastic about your life. Optimistic about your love life. And whatever you've been clinging to, just let it grow. Just step back from it and let it do what it do. Yes. Let it do what it do. Because you are the magic. Some of you are daughters of Oshun. You know who that is. Some of you are daughters of Oshun. Okay? Look at this. Look at these colors. Come on. Today is May 5th, right? This is Oshun's day. 5th day of the 5th month. And it's 4:50 p.m. when I'm saying this. So, even though this is a timeless message, still applicable. Somebody out there, some of you out there are children, daughters and sons of Oshun. Okay, you know what to do. You know where the magic is in nature, in that which is around you. So, be who you know you are. Manifest what it is that you know you can manifest. And we have some of you, music. There's orange and gold here. Another of Oshun's colors, that yellow, that gold, that orange. This is how you manifest this excitement and enthusiasm and warmth back into you. 14, which reduces to 5, moderation. Again, we have that orange in there. Moderation, your health. Be careful. Don't be overindulging. All right, we spoke about self-indulgence earlier. It's also saying to change the way that you approach this situation, the way you act or react, okay? You're drinking, any drugs. Time on social media. This is a 5. 32 is also a 5. So you got 2 5s here. So this is a new adventure, a new way of doing things. This is a change to the way that you do things. expressing your individuality more through music for some of you. Personal growth. Number 7. 7 and 7. 2 sevens would be 14. Okay, so again, consistent with that message. Taking responsibility for your health. Taking responsibility for your personal growth. Taking care of the gift of life that you have been given. Being grateful for the person that you are and the opportunity that you have been given to excel and shine. Be grateful. Make the changes that are necessary to assert your individuality and to showcase your personal growth, enhancing your physical activity, and this will result in a change to your relationship. 5 and 6, 56 is 11. So we have another 11. So this is going to be a change to this relationship. That comes through forgiveness. 96. 96. I was going to say 69. So forgiveness is what needs to happen here. Teaching and learning. 57. So the both of you are teaching one another. The cosmos is teaching both of you, and both of you are learning together and individually. You're learning about forgiveness, relationship change, focusing on your own personal growth, setting your own boundaries, even within the twin flame journey. If there's something that you just don't want to delve into, then don't. Ask your spirit guides, ask your guidance to give you amnesia with this thing altogether, and don't let it further color your steps going forward. If you know that you have had some questionable habits, behaviors, something that could be traced back to this hurt that you don't want to discuss, don't discuss it then, but ask to be relieved of it and all remnants of it. And you can do that yourself by just not allowing things to trigger you, to not give in to the parts of your personality that have grown out of the need to protect yourself from this hurt. Okay. So identifying it to yourself as much as you can, as much as you're willing to. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to do that exercise, if you don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of it, if you're not ready for it right now, but you're willing to go forward, then ask to be released from all memory of it. Anything that's embedded in your system that is in any way connected to this hurt or this secret or this whatever, this trauma. Ask for spiritual amnesia. Claim it and then let it go. And don't let anything trigger you back to it. And don't indulge in behaviors that reinforce the negativity. 10-4. Okay, from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, we got the Lovers. Number 6. So, this, of course, could be talking about someone deciding, making a choice about a love relationship. To stay with what they're comfortable with, what no longer serves them, where there's been a lot of hurt, or to go forward with a person that's open, someone who has experienced pain also, someone who who wants to be able to lean on you and to also comfort you. Person may be a little older than you, but there's a warmth that you haven't experienced, that you have to choose between something that is warm and inviting away from something that you have been used to, a way that you have, that you know, that is dependable, that's solid. You have a Two of Wands. So this is communication. Friendship, passionate, understanding, connection. Two of Fire. Someone who you can talk to, someone who you are friendly with, sometimes a little over friendly with. Okay, but you're feeling Five of Wands. So you're feeling like you're being spied on. Someone is watching. Someone is being jealous of this connection. Someone is looking to start some shit. Wants to expose this. They want you to stop because they're jealous, because they want this person that you have. They want this happiness that you have. And next we have the World. Right, so this is a end of a chapter, right? Something that is going to change the way you look at love, the way that you respond in love relationships. But this was in the reverse. So this may be a delay. Perhaps this controversy, this shit stirrer here is going to cause some kind of delay in your ability to bring this whole thing to a close. We got the Ace of Swords, yes. There's going to be something exposed. There's going to be something that is going to bring some clarity. All right. It may cause some heartache, some pain. It may be someone trying to get revenge also. But I think that there's going to be a welcome, the truth is going to be a welcome relief for someone. And for some of you, the truth may cause a lash out from you that might be kind of exciting to your partner. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this might be someone that you met at work, someone you work with, someone that you've been working with for a long time. This is something that has been going on for a long time for some of you. All right. Something that maybe you are someone that's trying to extend some type of a apology, offer some kind of gift, and the other person is over it. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, and then we have at the bottom of the deck the Hermit. Someone who has been hoping and wishing and praying and afraid to get hurt. This was in the reverse. Someone is coming out of that energy of depression and fear. They will be making a choice based on the way they feel, based on the way they think, the connection. And they are ready to, for what's going to be brought to the light. They know that that is also going to hold up change or turn their world upside down, but they're kind of looking forward to it because this is just part of the way that they love. I'm getting that from this and this. Something about this is exciting for them or interesting to them, or it's just like the way they get down. They express their love through gifts. And they get off when things are a little, they like to be there's something that they like to be, to allow the other person to be in control behind closed doors. And that's why they keep putting themselves in situations that cause them to constantly have to be disciplined. They like the making up part. They like the begging to be accepted back. Like peace. Yeah. Four of Cups. Yeah, they like all of this, that creeping around. It was in reverse. They like all of that. But I think they want to stop. That's what this is saying. They like all this creeping around, secret squirrel stuff. Outside lovers, fly by night relationships, people who only were attracted to them about money or material goods, backstabbing, blackmailing. Some people. This is some really, for this particular situation, for some of you, person that you're with has this is just the way they roll. This is how they have survived. And they're ready to come out of it. They've had enough. They've grown up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But that's what Tarot Sexual Magic has shared with me. So let's just finish this up. See if we can get a romance angel oracle for somebody. Like, I hope this answered the question, what the lesson is. Clearly decide what it is that you want very soon. Decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Set your intention. What do you want? Do you want to continue this? Do you not want to continue this? Is there a change that you need? Is there something that you need to know? Something that you need to see? Some truth that has to be talked about, worked out? Think about it and decide what it is you want to do. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. This fell against my arm like this in the reverse. I think this is agreeing with this very soon, that the wait is over. For some of you, you have reached the divine timing that you sought. This is your soulmate. All right. So, time is drawing near for some of you. All right. Ooh. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all very soon. The soulmate is returning or going to be open to love that you are offering. Too many cards. One more card, Spirit. Just one. So, ooh. Codependency and release your ex. I think this is saying that whatever hurts going on in this, and not this relationship, but relationships prior. All right, it's time for you to clear that energy out, get rid of those addictions. All right, that self-indulgence, those things that may be affecting the way you love, those past hurts that we talked about that you don't want to delve into. Then let's release them. Okay, let's release that energy from us. Let's ask for that energy to be taken away from us. The X is your past. Release that. Okay, anything that caused you to feel codependent. Okay, anything that was an addiction, any negative addictions, any codependencies, anything that has the energy of your ex and other situations that you need to release, do that. And keep an open mind. This situation with this soulmate is going to look different from anything else that you've ever experienced before. I'm sure that you've already come to that conclusion, even though a lot of this is stuff that has repeated itself for you. But some of you, all of you, everybody, all of us, we know this is not normal, right? This is not the usual. This is, like I said, we're dealing with the extra heavy, extra special group. All right, so one last thing. Ooh, that was an interesting feeling. Okay, let's just get one more card from Journey of Love so we can give a positive something, some poetry, some lightness to this. Don't forget about music, all right, for manifesting, for relaxing, for allowing yourself to communicate with your partner. For some of you, music is the key. Music is one of the tools that you have access to. We have two cards that came here. Guardian of the Soul Family, number 26, and number 31, the Christ Flame. So the Christ Flame 31, that is 3 and 1 is 4. 4 is foundational. Guardian of the Soul Family is 26. 2 and 6 is 8. 8 is a derivative of 4, so that would be 4 fours. 3 fours. 3 fours. This is a special mission. All right, so let's look at number 26 real quick. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place in present relationships, unfolding and attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved. All is well. When I open my heart, you cover me with a blanket of love and warm the silence with your caress. Words unspoken say it all, as we become more than we are alone. Wow. Guardian of the Soul Family. This person is a kindred spirit, and you are being drawn into your soul family, your kindred spirit. There's a great soul love calling you into a more intimate connection now. It's sanctioned by the divine, and it has a karmic destiny to fulfill. There is a love that you are to experience in connection with particular souls determined by the divine plan. If you're struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you're being helped by divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to a current relationship healing, whether that means improved communications, an enriched experience, or the realization that you have traveled as far as you can together. And know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love now. So make sure that you speak to your ancestors. All right, keep in contact. Don't take things for granted. Let them know what you want, decide what you want now, and ask them to bring that to you. That which is in the best interest of yourself and everyone involved. Number 31, the Christ flame. Within you burns the flame of Christ, beyond religion. This flame burn belongs to all hearts willing to receive the divine, opening to it as a lover would open the heart to receive the beloved. Through the awakening of the Christ within brings greater closeness to the divine, and therefore greater love and depth of compassion. It too can bring sadness, righteous anger, and a passionate need to contribute healing, action, and change in the world. You may be an introspective soul who does this through mastering your inner world with meditation and yoga, raising your own vibration with absolute intent that brings healing to the world around you. You may be an extroverted soul that thrives in sharing messages and living life in dynamic action in support of the causes that are worthy and moving to your brave heart, capable of feeling divine outrage and responding with inspired actions. You may be a combination of these soul types and choosing wisely what you consume, which companies you support, what television shows you do or do not watch, and what you read. Voting for the type of life that you want to have around you and in the world through your actions, internal and external. This is the Christ flame igniting within you, setting the world aflame with the fire of divine love. This oracle brings guidance that you are connecting with the universal Christ consciousness, and your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ flame of divine love this lifetime. You are part of a wave of awakening that's happening on the earth right now. You are exactly where you're meant to be and doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. Keep going. Love is more than words can define. It is a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It is a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell in a language only lovers know. And most of all, it's the beginning, the birth, the possibility, the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something that we only can imagine. When hearts combine and love becomes more. So, that's the message, that's the lesson. All right? You are doing your work as the guardian of your soul family and the Christ flame. So, decide what you want so that it comes to you right now. All right? And allow yourself to feel and receive what you've been waiting for. Release your ex, clear up your addictive behaviors, or at least start working on it. And let us know if this resonates, right? Make your comments below. Give me a thumbs up if it does, and I will be talking to you all real soon. If there are questions that you have that you want answered, send your questions to the inbox about what is the lesson, okay? This is not just for regular, readings. If there's a lesson that you don't understand, express it in one paragraph and send it to me in my email, and we'll see if we'll choose it, and then we'll talk about it, okay? So, thank you. If you don't want to do that, you can put it down in the comments, and I will see it too, and I will consider it, and whatever the Spirit leads me to do, I'll do, okay? Because you guys know I love you. I am trying to learn right along with you, and I hope that this is helpful. So, thank you so very much for allowing me to share this with you, and I will be getting back to you all real soon. I don't know what's going on with this wind. Be careful. All right? Love you guys. Thank you. Namaste. Aloha. You know who that's for. And peace.